I am here in Blacksburg and it feels so good to be back. Love it out here. Beautiful weather today for the massive ACC Coastal Division showdown between the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Miami Hurricanes. Both teams coming off of really difficult losses. Of course, the Hokies just defensively imploding against Syracuse on the road, and then Miami suffering a really difficult defeat to North Carolina after losing to Florida State. So Miami was at one point ranked 10th this season. Now they have fallen all the way out of the top 25, and Virginia Tech's 17th ranking is no more. The Hokies are no longer ranked following the defeat to Syracuse, and rightfully so. So this is a battle between two teams that are essentially trying to keep their Coastal Division hopes alive. It is win or get the door slammed shut on your chances of winning the division. Sure, there might be slight mathematical situations where a champion could emerge after losing this game in such a murky and muddled division, but I personally do not see it happening. This is a battle of two equally desperate teams, and two teams that are smarting from injuries. Virginia Tech defensive linemen Ken Eckenem and Nigel Williams, both crucial players to this Hokie defense, are both listed as questionable due to injury, but Miami is hurting even more. Their starting defensive end Demetrius Jackson and standout defensive tackle Gerald Willis, they're both out for today's game, listed with lower extremity injuries. And amongst the questionable players, 6'6", 265-pound starting junior defensive end Chad Thomas. So this could be a game where perhaps both quarterbacks have more time than they're used to seeing lately due to attrition on the respective defensive fronts. You know, Brad Kaya is already quite the accomplished college quarterback. I think he is going to be an NFL player one day once he leaves Miami. So far, he's been a little bit erratic, though, with some accuracy issues. He has thrown for almost 1,400 yards with 10 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Meanwhile, Gerard Evans has had a little bit more of an impressive stat line. He has thrown for 1,352 yards and 17 touchdowns and only 2 picks. Last week, he made his first truly poor throw of the season. That pick was on him. The first one was not. That being said, even though Evans had a down game, this will be a great chance to see how he responds to adversity. And for Miami, Kaya's main receiving target between the 20s has been freshman Amon Richards, and he has 17 grabs for 359 yards and a score. And of course, Virginia Tech will be leaning heavily on Isaiah Ford, who has 459 yards and 5 touchdown catches, already on the fast track, as I've said before, to going down as the unquestioned greatest receiver in Virginia Tech football history. So I do think Miami is going to try and pressure Gerard Evans, get him out of his comfort zone. And really, you know, the Hokies haven't shown the willingness to run the ball like many have wanted to see. Of course, Trayvon McMillan is an extremely talented running back. Marshawn Williams is a phenomenal power back. And Fuente loves feeding the ball to Sam Rogers. But I think today is a day where you give it to the most talented and agile back. So I'm hoping to see lots of carries from both McMillan and Williams. Rogers can always do his damage offensively in the passing game. So this is, make no mistake, going to be a physical, highly contested slugfest. I don't see it necessarily coming across as a shootout, but you never know what happens. From what I've read, the Hokies are 6-point favorites. I don't think it will be that big of a margin of victory for either team. I think it could come down to a field goal or less. Going to come down to the final possession of the game. It's going to be rockin' in Lane Stadium. I mean, Thursday night football atmospheres do not get any better than Lane Stadium, the Virginia Tech Hokies. So, my prediction is Virginia Tech 27, Miami 24. And for those who have passed and for those to come, reach for excellence.